If anybody's got any questions, just save them for a minute. You know, what we're going to do is we're going to show going from PartnerPak. You know, they build a little frame. And you can use PartnerPak, you can use Glazier Studio, you can use Athena, just about any software. This does have an NC output, so most softwares has an NC output where you can go directly from the software to this machine. If you get custom dies, you can create your own fabs in the software. It has its own NC program where you can create your own custom dies and do all your loading onto your bars if you have anything like that. So Mike's going to give you a little demo here real quick, and then we're going to show over to the machine. Okay, go ahead, Mike.
Okay, yeah, this is Mike English with the Michael Group, and what I'm gonna do is start off here in the Glazier Studio or PartnerPak program. In here, we've built up a project, or you'd have your projects built. Like Bill said, you could import those projects in from other locations too, or other programs. But we're going to be running from here. Basically, I've got a storefront and a curtain wall project that we're going to show you this morning how that's all fabbed on the machine. I'm going to select my storefront project and take it down. This has already been created, but when we go into the fabrications, you'll see what we've got. I'm going to have it walk through and create the fabrications, and you would do this no matter what format that you're coming from. The first stick we're going to be fabricating out there is our left jam, which is, if you'll notice out here, we're feeding this through the machine from right to left. Okay, so as this is laid down on the table where we can drill into the top edge of it, you'll see that we're going to be feeding, if you kind of visualize laying this down on the table, we're going to be fabbing the top of the stick first, or the head, going down to the sill. And that's what it tells us. If we look at the report here, you'll see our head is going to have holes drilled at, in this case, 1.8125 or 1 13/16, and that's from the head down all the way down the horizontal, basically in the middle of the frame at 23 inches, and then the sill on a 48-inch stick is going to be fabbing down at 46, 47 inches, which will be at the bottom edge of the stick. It tells us about each of these fabs that we're going to have out here, where it is located off the back edge of the stick. In this case, we're going to have 2 holes being drilled side by side, one at roughly 1 inch out, one roughly at 3.5 inches out from the back edge of the die. We're going to drill through to make sure we pierce through the walls to a depth of 3/8 of an inch. This is something you can set how deep you want the drill to go. We've got a limit set so the drill doesn't go through the back side of the die. We're going to limit it to go no more than 1 inch if it was going through. We're drilling through the top edge of the die. The machine will drill through the top, the bottom, or the front side of each of the dies. We've got a tool set up out here. We've labeled all of our drills, makes it easy to find the proper drill by them being labeled. The drill we're using here, just a straight drill, we've labeled as a D10A, which equivalent to a .228 diameter hole, and that's the clear hole we're going to need for the screw spline material, clear hole going through the die. And it continues through every one of our pieces that we're going to cut. If you'll notice here, it goes through 3 and the 4. Each of the different dies we're going to cut, how that's going to be fabbed. This is one of the reports that, that we get out here. The other report that we're able to find out there is our stick fabrication, which allows you to see the stick visually. We're going to have to pull that back up. Kind of go to 75 here, so it kind of shows it. Same elevation as we had before, but in this case, when we look at the 1R stick, it's going to show it to us visually, and you can see out here, this is a stops down system. So in this case, our head got staggered holes, our sills, our horizontals got staggered holes, the sill holes are in line. Same information as we had before on that report, except now you're seeing a visual of the stick. Okay, once we've verified the information, we've gone out there and kind of, you always want to spot check and verify the information before you send it to the saw, and this is the easiest way to check that. We're able to take that information and we can send it right out to the fab. One other thing that you're able to do, though, before it goes to the fab, going back in, is to go to what we call miscellaneous fabrications. We'll pull up that same job, and this shows us all of the sticks that we're going to fab out here for the one we pulled up, and we're able to go and verify, say for like the left vertical, it shows us the different holes that we're going to drill out there. What you could do on this screen, the machine has, or the program has automatically laid out where all the holes are going to be located, but maybe for some reason you needed to tweak one of those holes, you needed to move it in or out, or you didn't want it drilled in this in the normal place. You could come in at this point and manually override those fabs, either from the X location, which is the in and out, the Y or the Z, the diameter of the drill if you for some reason want a different drill, but you could modify each of the fabs manually. You could also add fabs. Maybe there's a hole that for some reason a weep hole or an extra hole for an anchor or such that you want to drill at the same time. You could come in at this point and you could add in another line. When you do that, you have to know exactly where you want that to drill, and you have to tell the program what you want to do there. But this allows you to manually add fabs to the system. Within this miscellaneous fab, as Bill was mentioning before, you can take the file that's generated by ePartners or the Glazier Studio PartnerPak, or you could import those in from some other source where we could go to import. Or we could merge data. If, say that if you've got this set up in a spreadsheet, or it's coming in from a different format, such as from Athena or such, we could merge that in and then make the modifications here if we needed to, and then output that out to the file, just like I'm going to do in just a minute, to go out to the fabs, take it out to the fab machine. We've gone through and we've verified everything, and we're now ready to send that file out to the machine. So what we do at this point is we're going to tell it we need, we'd select our project here, the demo storefront. We're going to go down to our optimization in this case, coming through the program. You have to go in and generate those reports. Now we don't need to edit our stock length on the program side. The smart or the RhinoStop will maintain all of your inventory, all your drop material, and it's going to decide which pieces to use, whether the best uses of a drop or a full stock length of metal, and it'll tell the, your operator exactly what he needs to pull. So we're going to go on by the edit. We don't need to do anything on the optimization. Comes to the point where we're ready to transfer these files out. Now at this point we tell it yes, and it asks us where we want to store those. Now I'm going to be storing those onto a USB drive. You could also have this directed to a network path where these files are stored up on your network, and then they're pulled down off the network at the RhinoFAB machine. In that case, I'm putting it right onto a USB drive. Okay, and now that's been saved out. Going to exit out of here, minimize the program down, and I just want to open up that drive that we have out there, and just kind of give you an idea. This is what is going out to the machine. If we were to open that file up, created a file that's going to be read in by the RhinoFAB, but this shows us all the information that the RhinoFAB is going to use. It tells us every stick, the product code, the color, all the information, the drill locations, everything we need to know about that stick. Now I've now created that, and at this point we're going to pass this off over to Walter, to where he'll take and walk us through the machine side of it. And so at this point I'm going to mute just for a second, hand the mic off to him.